Coach?
Happy to get our first Mid-American Conference win. At times it wasn't pretty. At times we did some really good things. We need to make a great emphasis of having a great week of practice. We're playing one of the better teams, in my opinion, in the Mid-American Conference. I think they're extremely well coached. My hat's off to Thomas. Thomas is a great guy, great coach. He's built a great program. He's built it on the right stuff, very similar to what we've done. They play great defense. Their defensive front is as good as we played. It reminds me of Texas A&M. I think they're outstanding. They're 10th in the nation in overall defense. They're 35th in scoring. They stop the run. They're averaging less than 100 yards a game. They stop in the pass, 23rd in passing. Great on third down. They get off the field. And, on offense, they're going to control the ball. It's a run-first organization with great play-action pass. I think the offensive line is extremely physical. They've got a mentality about running the football. I think the backs are outstanding. Overall, I think it is a super well-coached football team, and we're going to have to play our very best game to give ourselves a chance. I think this week is going to be the prep work has got to be on point. You're not going to get the ball as much as you normally would just because of how they control the ball on offense. So every snap is going to matter, and it's going to be a great game. The weather's going to be perfect. We need to have a full stadium, and this is going to be a great heavyweight fight, in my opinion.
Coach, obviously Connor's been playing really well this season. It seems to be making the right decisions and reads, even like the handoff to Fannin there at the end of the game. I guess just how have you seen him improve in the decision-making factor, even from last year where he ended the season on a good note?
Yeah, I think he's done a wonderful job in the off season, making sure that he knows the offense like the coaches. Anytime that you have that type of feel for the system, you're going to play well. And traditionally, in this system, everyone plays better in year 2, and then in year 3, you normally dominate. He's an older guy, so he's playing at a very, very high level right now in year 2. I think his body position has changed so much. I think his footwork is dead on. He's throwing on rhythm, throwing on time. Taking the right drops, right body position, weaving through progressions, getting the ball to the check down, taking shots when they're there, and protecting the ball. And he's an older guy that's played a lot of football, and we got to do a better job protecting him this week. This front is excellent, and they hit the quarterback, and they play great team defense, in my opinion. So we've got to do a great job of protecting the passer, a great job of establishing the run game, and be really balanced. You go one way or the other with these guys, you get in trouble real quick. If you think you're just going to line up and run the ball at them every snap, you're not going to do that. If you think that you're going to drop back every snap, you're not going to do that either, because I think they have relentless pass rush. So I think this is an excellent Northern Illinois team. And watching the tape, you always, when you watch those upsets in the MAC, you sometimes feel like it was a fluke. This was no fluke. They physically played better than Notre Dame inside and out on all 3 phases, in my opinion. So we're going to have our work cut out for us. I think they're, just like I said, I think Thomas has done a great job. I think they're well coached. And just like I said, I think this is going to be a big-time heavyweight fight.
Third down conversions for you guys has been huge this year. I think 46%, converting it significantly higher. You guys are able to sustain those long drives. How big of a factor has that aspect been? Converting third downs, even fourth downs, and obviously going up against Northern Illinois.
Yeah, I think our third down, we would be a top 10 in the country if we didn't play Texas A&M. We did a great job on third down. Week 1 against Fordham, week 2 against Penn State. Week 3, we did not. Week 4, we did an unbelievable job against ODU on third down. and did an excellent job against Akron. And a lot of the plays against Akron were Connor extending the play and made some really big plays. I think our protection has been much better than what it's been in the past. I think our receivers are getting better from week to week, and we've got a good tight end, a really good tight end.
Just looking at Northern Illinois, obviously, in the same pod as you, so you guys will be facing them every year along with Toledo. A lot of good battles between the two programs, especially the decade ago in the MAC championship game. How much can kind of this start, kind of not only renew a rivalry, but really kind of strengthen that with Northern Illinois?
Yeah, just like I said, I've watched that program over the last 4 years, 5 years. I think Thomas came in right around the same time I did, and I've just watched it develop. And he's done it the right way in terms of it was all about getting the fronts right, in which he did. And his philosophy is really, really simple. We're going to line up, and it's going to be inside drill all game long. We're gonna violate your eyes with play action pass. We're gonna run the ball. We're not afraid to go for it on fourth down. We're gonna be a ball hog team, and then we're gonna build a defense that I think is as good a defense as there is in this conference. And the front is excellent. The back end I think is very, very good. The linebackers play hard, and I think they're very, very well coached in all three phases.
Obviously, C.J. Brown had a great, career at Northern Illinois. He's really off to a good start with you guys here. What has his presence been like for this defense and this team this year?
Yeah, I think he's a veteran guy, very similar to Connor, that's played a lot of football, and he's playing at a high level. He tackles well, so I'm happy with how C.J.'s been playing.
Coach, it's my understanding this week is Student Athlete Mental Health Week, and that some of the guys are getting involved with the Start a Conversations initiative. Can you tell me about some of the stuff that the guys are getting involved this week to be able to contribute to that initiative?
Yeah, I think our guys do a great job with in terms of respecting and trying to help others that are struggling with mental health. I know Malcolm's involved with his own program. It's a hot topic, and it's a real topic. It's just not a hot topic. There's some real things going on, and unfortunately, I think COVID, along with a few other things that are going on in society, has really caused a lot of heartache and a lot of stress on people. So, anytime that our guys can get involved with, number one, recognizing it, and number two, helping others, I think that's great. So. Yeah, it's a real deal right now. I mean, it's some of the things that these kids have to deal with in comparison to how I grew up and how our coaches grew up. It's night and day. And every single time that you pick up your phone, there's a like, there's a dislike, there's a comment, and all we had to do was worry about going outside and playing really hard and having fun with our friends. Go home, play all day, get up, go to school, play sports, and worry about three news outlets, if you're worth a damn. And then when you went even to the highest level that I was at, ESPN was really just started. I mean, ESPN was the only thing, and you might have had to deal with, the local and the state newspaper. So it's a total different world what these guys are living in, and it's there's a reason right now that college football is challenging, and that's one of the reasons, in my opinion. There's a lot of things going on right now. But the social media piece, the mental health piece, there's a lot of things on these guys' plates right now.
Just at this point in the season, and now that you're going up against the best rushing team in the MAC, I guess what's the level of concern with the run defense at this point? What really needs to happen to them?
Yeah, it was. If you really assess the Akron game, I want to say the majority of their offense came out of like 7 plays, and it's the first time ever that I think we've won the game and lost the explosion battle. We lost the explosion battle in that football game, and then on top of giving them a free 7 points at the beginning of the game, that's tough to overcome on the road, and that's tough to overcome even at home. The games are too close. Things are too close. Parity is across the board. Mentality is different. I hate to say that at times, week to week. So, we've got to play. We've got to be so emotionally invested in this next game, along with the next 7. But this one in particular, this is going to be a hard nose, bully ball. There's nowhere to hide in this one at all, and it's going to be a great challenge for both teams, in my opinion.
Coach, any update on Terrion's status? How's he doing?
He should play in this game. I was disappointed that he didn't play in the Akron game, to be quite honest with you. Everything at the beginning of the week, there was an indication that he should have played, ended up not working out that way. But I was disappointed he didn't play last week. But hopefully he has a great week of practice, and we can get him in the fold, which will definitely help in the run game, for sure. And I'm not discrediting it at all. Like Jason Patterson and JJ have been playing lights out football, selfless football. If you go back and, everyone talks about the first kickoff of the year with Jason, just go look at play number 1. Go watch play number 1 when we were in the coming out, when we hit Harold on the F-line screen. And Jason Patterson takes the fake. He then gets in phase and was the lead blocker on the play. Just go watch that. And in my opinion, as coaches, we appreciate the guys that really, really play well without the ball in their hands. And he's a guy that's playing well with the ball in his hands. He's catching the football exceptional. But it's no shock, though. This guy comes to work every day. He works his tail off. He never complains. He might be nicked up a bit and finds a way to practice, is always on top of his stuff, has very, very minimal mistakes week in and week out. And so it's not a shock that he's playing well. When you're doing those things and having great habits day in and day out, and we got some guys that are doing that on our team, and we got some guys that need to step up to that level, in my opinion. And we've all got to be on point this week. This is a championship type of team that we're facing, and you got to be able to stop the run. You got to win the turnover battle for sure. It feels like you're playing an option team. They're gonna hold on to the ball, and then they play great defense. So somehow you got to find a way to hold on to it. So this is a big challenge. This game could be over in 2 hours and 15 minutes. I mean, it's one of those type of games.
Connor, 4 straight games for you of 250 passing yards or more, I think leading the MAC in that category. What's been just the biggest factor, for you during this stretch that's really enabled you to perform well?
Yeah, I think I've just tried to think about just doing my job, not trying to do anything special out on the field. I know Coach Leffler always talks about just going from 1 to 2 to 3, 4, and throwing to the first open guy I see. So that's what I've tried to do. And then off schedule wise, when things break down, then I'm making plays, letting my talent take over. And I think I'm doing a good job of that when we've seen so much drop 8 stuff the past 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Kind of take us through what you saw on, Fannon's game-winning touchdown run. I think you had a couple options. I think you had Jason in the backfield. I don't know if he was an option, but just kind of take us through what you saw and what, led you to just hand it off to Harold there.
Yeah, it was just it was either to Harold or Malcolm, and it was just based off of numbers. So it was even, and when in doubt, give the ball to Harold. So I shouldn't have to say anything more.
Right. The BG and Northern Illinois have had some really good battles over the years. The MAC championship a decade ago, they played 3 straight years. Now that, they're in the same pod together with Toledo, so they'll be playing each other every year. How much can this rivalry kind of grow and renew and kind of grow in the coming years here?
Yeah, they've always been a really good team. They're a great team this year, and I think playing them is awesome. Just it's another MAC team that that we didn't play last year. I haven't played, so it should be a fun game, and I'm excited for it.
CJ Brown obviously had a good career at NIU. He's been pretty impactful here so far. What has his presence been like? How much has he kind of helped the defense, and what's it like kind of going up against him in practice?
Yeah, he's a great player, great person, great leader. I know he's really excited for this game. Obviously, playing against his former teammates and coaches, and so he's fired up for this game. And I think offensively, defensively, as a whole, we know this is a big one, and we just got to take it day by day. It all starts with having great practice tomorrow, great practice Wednesday, great preparation to give ourselves a chance to play well on Saturday.
Connor, Coach talked about it really clicks for guys in year 2 in this system. Do you feel like it's really clicked for you in year 2?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was more so at the end of last year. I wouldn't necessarily say it clicked. It was just like I finally, I think I've talked about it before. It's just like not having to think out there, just going out there, trying to have fun, playing freely, trusting in my teammates. And I think some of my past experiences at other schools kind of carried over into the start of last year, and got those things sorted out. And then I feel like I started to play really well at the end of last year, and then I feel like I'm playing at a pretty high level right now. So, like I said, I'm just trying to do my job out there, do what the coaches asked me to do, not try to do anything special, and trust that that'll be good enough for us to win.
Connor, I think a huge factor of the offense so far has been third down conversions. You guys are completing like 46%, which is way higher than the last handful of years here.
Yeah.
It seems like third and manageable situations, like a 3rd and 4. How critical has just the conversions been and getting yourself into a good position to pick up those third downs?
Yeah, it's critical when you look at that stat, like third down conversion. They should really have every like third and short, third medium, third long, because it's all about first and second down. Getting yourself in a manageable third down position. If you're in 3rd and 8, 9, 10 plus the whole game, you got no shot. So it's really all about first, second down. But all offseason we emphasized third down. We knew we weren't as good as we wanted to be in that stat last year, so we focused a bunch on it in training camp in the off season. So the coaches have done a great job game planning for third downs and putting us in positions to succeed. And it's also nice when I feel healthy out there, I can extend plays and try to find guys.
CJ, obviously facing your former team this week, what do you think the emotions are going to be like for you on Saturday when you face the former team?
I think I'm going to pretty much treat it like a normal game, because obviously we're at home too, so it's not going to get the real feel of being back in the Cow. But treat it like a regular game, treat it like similar opponents, and I think I'm going to know a lot more. Obviously going into this game, it's going to feel different preparing, but when we go on the field, it's going to be normal football.
Right. And, obviously you had a lot of success at NIU, obviously 2-time All-MAC. You guys won a MAC title there. What did your time, there mean to you?
It meant a lot. Obviously, like you said, we won championships, and we were kind of in a rebuilding phase too when I was there. Had a lot of good weapons and whatnot, but it was a good time there. Graduated alma mater, so. Yep.
Obviously, you've been able to step right in here and make a huge impact. I think leading the team in tackles. What's the transition been like for you and to step onto the field right away and really contribute so far?
It's been pretty smooth. Being an older guy, I know what it takes. Obviously, go out there and play some good football. It just took more time spending time with the coaches, spending time with the players, gelling and being with them so we can be the best we can be. That means like extra film room, extra studying and whatnot. So it's been a pretty smooth transition.
BG and NIU are going to be facing each other every year now with this pod system. Obviously, they've had some great battles in the past, like the MAC championship games about a decade ago. Just, I guess, how meaningful will it be just to have this rivalry kind of renewed a little bit and then just going forward for it to kind of grow, obviously, between two pretty good programs?
I think it'll be pretty well especially for the MAC. Like you said, back in '03, they were competitive against each other when College Game Day was here, and then like a decade ago, a couple MAC titles I'm pretty sure was between NIU and Bowling Green. So just to restore that, because obviously we're a great team, they're a great team, and come out here and compete and see who's better.
They're really good at running the football, and they use a lot of different backs. Does that create a challenge for you guys stopping the run?
Not necessarily. All the backs have their own strengths and whatnot. But we know we have to stop the run. So we're going to be on our P's and Q's as far as getting in line, getting set, and then getting downhill as fast as we can.
Do you feel like you kind of have a leg up knowing some of the tendencies of your former teammates? And are you like applying that to some of the guys in the secondary here?
Somewhat, yes, because my time at NIU, we ran the ball, but we still kind of implemented the pass a little bit. But as you can see over the last couple of games, so NIU, they ran a lot more. Like the UMass game, I think they might have passed the ball about like 4 or 5 times in the second half. So that aspect, the run's pretty similar. So I can shed light to the guys and whatnot and give them some tips that I know. But as far as personnel-wise, yeah, like I know what they're going to do because I played with the majority of the players for a little bit. So it'll be good, yeah.
Connor Bazelak's obviously playing at a pretty efficient level, a pretty high level. What's it like seeing him perform at this level, and what's it like kind of going up against him in practice, knowing that he's really playing well right now?
It goes back to the phrase iron sharpens iron. So it's like seeing Connor excel in the field. I mean, it's obviously good for the program. And then when we come back and practice against him, it's just like we're getting even better. Like even like when Harold's out there, it's just like you have to be dotting all their I's and crossing all their T's. Like you have to be on point because these guys are some special athletes.